Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Beth and we are going to be working on the Chapel of Hope. This is the this is a stitch along, so get out whatever you have and come stitch with me. So I'm going to zoom in the camera so y'all can see where we're going to be working. Right there, we're going to be doing this part of the chapel. I did all the white part, so we're going to do that. Sorry, there's still pieces of hair because I have cats and dogs and a dog. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera, I'm sorry. Trying to get the angle of the camera correct. Right, and we're going to be, first and foremost, we're going to be doing the first color, which is, can you see it? It's gray. So color we're going to be using. I don't need so much of it, and this piece has already been used once, so I'm going to actually pull it apart and just use one strand, because I believe that's all that we will need for this particular section. And then we'll move on to a lighter gray. Let's see. There it goes. Sorry, I'm going to be doing this off camera a little bit so I can see it. What you hear in the background, that crunching noise, is my cat's eating, because they decided they wanted to eat at this very particular moment. Sometimes it's inconvenient. That's okay though. Alright, so we're going to start right here, and we're going to go up. Oops. Don't want to mess it up. So we have been doing, okay, so this is only going to be a 30-minute stitch along. Sorry if I got too close to the camera. Yes, this is going to be a 30-minute stitch along, so sorry if the camera moves. My arm is actually on the camera, so I should have actually tested it out. That's okay though. So it's going to be 30 minutes today because it's actually at night and there's actually a thunderstorm at the moment. That's okay. We're going to go all the way up. Might be using the other one. Might. It's okay if I do. Anyways, it's been a week. So what do we do? I haven't really done much this week. And I think that's because, you know, I stay at home and just take care of my son and my mother-in-law, and so I don't really have much to go on, except for if the week gets busy, which it doesn't really happen very often. My son did have his 3-year appointment last week, and he's in the 50th percentile for both height and weight, which is good because he was a premature. And usually prematures are a lot smaller. Don't lose it. Prematures are a lot smaller than most children. So, unless, you know, the parents are tiny, then the child will be tiny. But, yeah, so that was a fun day. He got a shot, which he didn't really like, of course, because he's 3. He's been a lot more vocal lately about it. Keep saying the doctor's gonna hurt him. I keep telling him, no, doctor's not gonna hurt you. Shots only hurt for a short period of time, and then, you know, you get over it. But he's never actually minded going to the doctors. That's because when he was born, he spent a month in the NICU with doctors. And then after he got out, we were going to the doctor every week, a couple times a week. And ended up back in the hospital. So, stop coming out. But he's not really afraid of doctors. He just thinks they're gonna hurt him. Give him shots. We warned him beforehand. We were all like, oh, they're probably gonna give you a shot. So, yeah, nothing really we can't prepare him for. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then there's 2 right here. I will cut off the end later after this video, after I'm done doing the video. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna mark that off. And then I'm gonna start, let's see, I've got to do the other one, the other color. This is a lighter gray. But I gotta figure out where I'm gonna start, because I got a little bit of it. Oh, I guess I can start at the bottom, go to the top, and then go back down. Hit those couple on once and then go over and hit the last couple. I think that is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna switch to a different color. Sorry about all the rattling with my bags of thread. All right. Let's make sure it's enough length. So you can see the difference from this color to this color. There's a slight difference, but it's still a difference. All right, so make sure tails aren't getting in the way. All right. There it is. So what I'm going to do with this is actually I'm going to go up and over and up and over and up a little bit and then over and then up. And then I'm going to jump right over okay, here. This is where I'm going to jump to. I'll move the camera over. The person's making noise is my husband. Just making all that kinds of noise. It's funny. That's okay. It's better than snoring. Watch that that new movie that Chris Pratt did, the oh, what is it called? Watched it today. Yes, Tomorrow's War. My husband didn't very much like it, but I thought it was okay. I have to watch it again because I didn't really understand a lot of it at first. It was very confusing, and that was probably because my 3-year-old was sitting on my lap getting in my face with his dinosaurs and trying to play with me, and so I didn't quite understand what was going on for a portion of the movie. I was playing with my 3-year-old, and that's okay. I will just have to go back and watch it again and figure out what was really going on. It's a little confusing, but that's okay. I mean, the parts I did see, I thought were pretty good. They have it on Amazon Prime. That's where I watched it. And on the HBO, I'm watching this new one. I don't think it might not be new. It's Raised by Wolves, and it's actually a very confusing show. It's a show. Very, very confusing. It's 1, 2, 3 down here, and then right here. Okay, so I'm gonna switch the camera a little bit. It's a very confusing show, and because you really have to pay attention to all the details and everything in it, which is good. I don't have a lot of time to pay attention to a whole bunch of details, and one, I can't watch it while my son is awake, because it is very violent. What else? Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's just definitely not for children. I don't think Tomorrow War is really for children either. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. The parts I did see, there was a lot of blood in it though, so not something I could pay attention with my son, which he wasn't really paying attention to it when we were watching it. He was paying attention to his dinosaurs, 'cause he's a dinosaur man. Anything and everything dinosaur. Sorry, I'm gonna move my arm. Which is okay with me, because dinosaurs are not that bad. Though I kind of beg to differ on the movies he really likes with the dinosaurs, which are the Jurassic Park. He loves Jurassic Park, to the point where it gets kind of ridiculous, because every day he's all like, I want to watch Jurassic Park, and then he tries to get the movies out and try to do the kids Jurassic Park for him, but he doesn't seem very interested in it. He likes the movies Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, which is fine by me. I don't mind watching them, though I don't really want to watch them 100 million times. I would rather watch something else. So most of the time I just, shut off the TV, or he goes to his room and he gets to play, which is fine by me. Don't need him constantly crowding the living room with his toys or constantly watching TV. Don't need that. Just fine. I mean, some people like their children to watch TV. I mean, I'm not saying my son doesn't like to watch TV, because he does like some shows. I don't know if any parent really actually has ever seen this show. It's called CoComelon. And I'm not gonna let him watch CoComelon. And that's because, well, it's a baby show. I would put it on for a baby. And I don't want him to be a baby. I want him to be a big boy. I don't want him to act like a baby. He speaks like a big boy, so he's gonna be treated like a big boy. He's going to be doing, what is it called? He watches, the big kid shows, like, not kind of the shows that I used to watch when I was a little kid, because they don't really have a lot of them. But when I want to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, he's allowed to watch that. I like that show. It's one of my favorite shows. He watches Pokemon, which is a big kid show. Not really for his age group, but he watches that. I try to get him into watching the Jurassic, it's called Cretaceous Park or something like that on Netflix, and he watches that a little bit. But not much. Don't worry, I'm going to take that piece off. I'm going to use it for something else. All right. So, I try to get him to watch older kids shows, because he doesn't need to be babied. He's not a baby. He's 3. He wasn't a baby when he was 6 months old either. Kid telling jokes at 6 months old. Ridiculous. Making me and his daddy laugh. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which color I'm going to do next, because there's like supposed to be like a reddish tree right over here. Maybe I should do the bark of the tree. And it's like blue and red, and I don't remember what color yeah, pink and orange kind of tree over here. Kind of like a salmon tree, I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to decide what color I'm going to use. I'm probably going to use the not the dark red. The red. I'm probably should use red. Makes no sense. 10 variations of red, so I'm gonna use a red. This red. So as soon as I can find the right area to where it comes off. There you go. So, yep. So today, we got to go to the public library. Now, we haven't been to the public library. Well, I haven't been to a public library in quite some time. But we haven't actually gone to the public library because of this COVID nonsense. well, I'm not saying it's nonsense. I mean, like, the whole shutting down of every single little thing and people losing their jobs, that was all nonsense. What I'm saying is that I'm tangling this up right now. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it was closed for the last 2-ish years. So finally got it open, and now we get to go and actually check out books. So that's what we did today. We went to the library. I got my son this book about bears. It's an older than him book, but I don't really know how to describe it. It's just talking about polar bears at the moment. Let's see, where are we? We're right here. So we're gonna move over. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna start at 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's 8. So let me count again. 3, 4, 5. Oops, nope, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's it. This is where we're going. This is where we're gonna start. Anyways, yes, so it's more like me, my son, and my mother-in-law all went to the bookstore, or not the bookstore, the library, check out books. I don't really have a lot of stuff, but that's okay. I really wanted something new to read to him for his bedtime, and that one has like 30 chapters in it, which is something he has not gotten used to, so I'm gonna do that. And I don't know, have fun with it, because you don't really get to. It's those little simple times that you spend with your child that mean the most, you know. And with me reading to him like that, he actually uses some of the words the next day that when I read to him, he uses the same words. So I try to be careful, and if there's a curse word in a book, I mask it because I don't need him using the curse word, of course, for a 2-year-old. 3-year-old, sorry. And he just sits there and he listens, and he lets me read an entire chapter. Most kids get bored, but not him. He actually lets me read an entire chapter, and then after the chapter is done, of course I said, okay, it's time to go to bed, and he's like, no, I don't want to go to bed, I want you to read some more, please. He always says please. That's good. He needs manners. He actually caught on really fast. I only started teaching him to say, please, may I have, about, I don't know. I want to say it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago that I started telling him to say, okay, you have to say in a full sentence, please, may I have, and then whatever you want to have. and it just clicked for him, and he just caught on and just started saying, please may I have this, please may I do that. I mean, there's sometimes I have to correct him and say, okay, you gotta say the right magic words. Sorry, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So yeah, I've been teaching him the appropriate manners. So I see these kids nowadays. That's so sad. I feel really bad for them. And they have no manners. They say, I want this, I want that. Give me this, give me that. And I say no. I don't want to hear that out of my son's mouth. I want is something, I'm sorry, you're not gonna get. I mean, even if you say please, sometimes you don't get it. And I've taught him that too. That just because you say please doesn't mean you always get it. It's polite to say please. It's a good thing to say please. But sometimes you just don't get what you want. That's not how that life works. That's kind of what I've been teaching him. That life isn't exactly roses and kittens and all that jazz. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes things just don't go your way, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Just gonna have to get over the fact that, you don't get everything in the world, and just be happy with what you do have. I mean, I know some parents, they go out and they get their kid, they go to the store and they get their kid. They're all like, oh, well, I'm going to get you a gift every single time we go out to the store, because it's only fair that you were in the store and, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's appropriate to give your kid a gift every time they go to the store. Because I don't know. My son has a lot of stuff. And he doesn't need so much stuff. But he does have all the stuff that I've never had. He's had toys I've never had. He has books I've never had. So he's in a loving home. We love him to death. We just don't believe in spoiling the children or spoiling kids. Like I guess some people nowadays, they spoil their children. That's okay. But to each his own, really. It's just some views I don't agree with. And I think it's mainly because I just don't understand. like the I don't know, the teenage mentality. I just don't understand it. We had this teenager that we were going to adopt, but it ended up not working out for reasons. Well, she wanted us to go out and make friends for her, and which we kept telling her, go down the park. You're a teenager. You're capable of walking 2 blocks to the park to make some friends. You know, all you have to do is talk to them. And she couldn't do it. She wanted us to make the friends for her, which we kept telling her, I'm like, no, we're adults. We're not gonna go up to some random kids in the park and try to get them to be friends with you. That's weird. Like, never in my life have I ever done that. Nor will I ever. I mean, not even for my son. I tell him to go make his own friends. So teenage mentality, I just don't understand. But that's okay. I didn't really understand the cell phone thing either. My son's not gonna get a cell phone until he is old enough to pay for it himself. Get a job and pay for it himself. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I don't think as a teenager he needs to have the cell phone to to be on social media, because there are a lot of dangers with social media. I just don't think he needs the cell phone at 16. I mean, really, who is so important that you need to keep in contact with, and that you can't just go over to their house and talk to them face to face? You know. If he wants a phone, he can buy it himself. When he's that old. That's a long ways away, but regardless, we're just not gonna do that. I don't mean to be mean. When I was a kid, I got my first cell phone when I was 19. I went out, and my parents didn't buy it for me. I bought my own phone, and I, had my own phone at 19. Now, my parents did buy me they didn't buy it for me. They let me borrow one of their old cell phones when I was 16, 17. And that was only because they were off on the road. And so they said, just in case of emergencies, in case I needed to call 911 or whatever, that it was okay that I have a cell phone. I actually really never used it because my friends were next door, so why not just go over to their house and talk to them? And at that point in time, all I did was study and do schoolwork, and that was more important than, going out and doing whatever teenagers do nowadays, which I have no idea. So back in the day when I was a kid, we went outside and we played. Not when I was a teenager though, because we just hung out when I was a teenager. But I mean, regardless, I spent most of my time focusing on school and getting that done. Anyways, I told everybody this is going to be a 30-minute video. This ended up being a 40-ish minute video. Sorry about that. I think it's because that I was rambling on. Sorry about that. And also I wanted to finish this red thread. Wanted to finish it out, which I'm doing now. So yeah, y'all have a great day. Please like and subscribe, and join me back here for my next, either my next stitch along or my next what is it called, garden video. Y'all have a great day, and I will hashtag some stuff like the Tomorrow War and put that in the hashtag place. Yep. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.